Hello, everyone. So, in looking, there is an inward looking. In fact, it's always inward. Everything we perceive intimately. We're always perceiving our own perception, our own self, our own creation. And this perceiving precedes mind. It is a silent, formless perceiving, which precedes mentation. It precedes interpretation. It precedes history. It precedes time. This intimacy is like the intimacy of the wave and the water. There is only one reality, which never, in fact, leaves itself. It is not possible for you to leave yourself. It is not possible to separate yourself from your experience. In the mind way of looking at things, there is a me and a you. There is an oak tree and a palm tree. There is day and night. Multiple forms, multiple thoughts, the reality of which is one, the reality of being, the reality of consciousness, awareness, which never leaves itself, never, in fact, becomes anything other than itself. Because what the mind refers to as me is in fact the totality of consciousness, of I, in your experience. Before the mind structures your experience, your experience does not know any separation, does not know any division. In coming and going, you never leave home, because you never, in fact, leave being. You never leave your true self, your true nature, your essence. It is not possible for reality to leave itself and to become other than reality. When you contemplate your experience without referring to your past beliefs, you will notice that the world unfolds within you. It unfolds to you, like the breath appears to you. The sound of these words is a flow, like a stream. You are sitting on the shore, watching in complete intimacy the flow and you don't move. Nothing is happening to you. You being this transparent presence the reality which perceives. You don't come and go as the days go by. You are the peaceful stillness, presence, aliveness, which knows itself to be this transparency, knows itself to be this awareness beyond the words, beyond the mind, beyond the labels. When it comes to your true self, there are no issues, no problems, nothing that is lacking, nothing that you are seeking, nothing that you are fearing. Because you are complete and whole. And it is this completeness and this wholeness which is love, which loves itself, knows itself, and shares itself in relationship, not seeking anything from somebody else for an imaginary personal purpose. It's like the shining light of being, shining light of understanding, the understanding about the self, the understanding about being, the understanding about presence, the eternity, that which is beyond time, that which is beyond space, that which never leaves itself, that which I am and knows it is. This formless reality. So invite every aspect of your experience to be blessed by this understanding, to be released from imaginary constraints and imaginary limitations. Allow this vibration which arises from the source, the absolute not knowing being, to take you home, the home which is your very self, not in time. Listen to the birds, how beautiful, how lovely they sing. It's the expression of beauty and harmony. Every expression fresh and pure, recognized to be the voice of God, God's whisper. How lovely. So you can allow whatever is unfolding, whatever is seemingly appearing to you, to be as it is, not to be disturbed by your creation, not to be moved at the core by the world body mind events, to have that wisdom, the discrimination, viveka, between the movement on the surface of the ocean and the unmoved stillness of the ocean. You are the unmoved, the formless, dancing within yourself and to yourself and from yourself, dancing the dance of life without being affected by your dance. So, if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself or raise your hand. Any questions?
Hi, Magdi.
Hello, Ezra.
Hi, nice to see you. Thank you for the meditation. I have a question that is a bit related to something that I'm wanting to pursue, that I really feel called to pursue, that I do with a lot of passion. And it's a little bit related to my journey with my own health, like my physical health, and some struggles that I experienced in the past that led me to uncover a lot of things about the body and how the body is actually like a very miraculous machine that heals itself and that is capable of doing amazing things that we can't even fathom. And it involves things like fasting, like things that are in the eyes of maybe modern society, like extreme, quote unquote. So I'm really wanting to share this message that I know. Like, I really feel the yearning to share this message because I feel that when I share it with people that are really receptive, like, it allows for connection with them. It allows for like moments of kind of realization that is just very pleasant to experience as well. But I do feel that at times when I share this, like outwardly with the public, um, it can also create some resistance. And I can't help but think, like, am I creating some more duality in doing that by pursuing this that might be considered extreme in the eyes of some? Um, Maybe I'm attaching to that, to the thing that I'm wanting to pursue too much. So I'm just curious to hear what you think about that, what you would say about that.
Well, if something is exciting you, something is speaking to you, something is calling you, something is resonating for you, uh, see, which is not hurtful, for humanity. It's your own inquiry, interest in health and the health of the body, how to the body mind. This topic is is an open topic. It's not. Nobody has a monopoly on the understanding and but the body, how it functions, and the health of the body, relationship between body mind. I mean, although there are cultural positions about health, we know that the humanity takes everything to the market and tries to make a money and a living out of selling goods in the market. This does not mean that because there is some success in marketing certain goods in the market, that this means that this is all there is available, you know. So what you are bringing which is arising from your interest, you know, this could be appealing to and helpful to certain people who may share the same interests and who are open to this sort of exploration with you. So you could be an inspiration, or maybe some catalysts for some people, and I don't see any harm in doing that. It's not about opposing other modalities. It's exploring and expressing what interests you in relationship with people. We are giving and taking, we're listening, and we're speaking. So there is a listening. We can listen to what people are expressing, and we can also listen to their body language or to the subtle ways they express themselves. And this can help us to determine whether we can proceed, or maybe we shouldn't proceed with sharing what we're sharing or into conversation. It's always alive and dynamic in the moment. And if sometimes we go too far and some people get into their negative emotions, it's not the end of the world. It's fine. It's okay to experience negative emotions, because this is part of how some of us get the message from God, you know, and via our unhappiness and our irritation. So it's nothing wrong with that. But our intention, of course, is not to irritate people or to counter their position, but to, you know, share and express what we feel is valuable. I mean, in a way, this is what we do here, you know, in this meeting. Many people may consider what is being shared here as being blasphemy, or, you know, very upsetting. So your intention is important, of course, and your openness, to remain open, not to be so tightly holding to your opinion. Of course, you know, some things you discover, you have an understanding, and that understanding is yours. You have to honor your understanding. At the same time, it can change. Some new information can come to you, which may shift your understanding. So if you're happy, you know, and is excited in a positive way about what you are doing, sure, you know, definitely, life is to be explored in an exciting way. You know, what speaks to you, what resonates for you. So, and I mean, we all know that the medical industry and the drug industry, there is an aspect to that which is, you know, very profit oriented, and sometimes overly emphasizing. But at the same time, there is some there's also some enlightenment in the medical industry, in the drug industry. I mean, I'm always dumbfounded by how one pill can remove a headache, you know. It's like, wow, I mean, you go figure how that works. But again, it's all magical. And even the placebo, there's a whole placebo thing about healing, and are also, you know, visualizations, and there is a also an understanding about the chakras and the releasing of the energy, or the relaxation of the energy, you know, the lower chakras to the higher chakras. There are so many. There is the electric body and the energetic body. I have been, you know, in this short lifetime, been quite amazed by some events in this body mind in particular that were unexplainable. I mean, magical in a way. They had nothing to do with the medical modalities, or they had nothing to do with the 3D realm, you know. It had nothing to do with time and space, and yet what I witnessed in the body is magical, cannot be explained in the literature that we know of. Anyways, I'm digressing, but I hope I understood your question. I'm not sure if I did.
No, you answered it perfectly, because I guess sometimes I'm attaching myself too much to how people are receiving the message, rather than how I'm feeling and sharing it. And it's been an evolving journey for me in how I share that message, because I realized when I first started to do so, it was very fixed, like you said, like it was very rigid, and didn't allow for much, you know, for much openness and discovery. But the more I evolve through it, the more I'm allowing, like the more I'm still sharing my ideas, but I'm not defining myself by those ideologies.
Yes, it's good. It's good to
So yeah.
remain, not to define yourself, not to pin yourself via so you're expressing is being expressed through you, you know, but what's being expressed through you is just coming to you. In a way, you're the messenger, you're the courier. And compassion is very important in relationships, you know, to have some sympathy for where people are at. I mean, consider yourself to be the other. Maybe you are the other right now, you know, 5,000 years ago. You are that other right now, 5,000 years ago, all together in one. You are the other 100 years ago. You 100 years ago are this other with those views and those feelings and those opinions and those sensations. You in a time dimension that is not the time dimension that the mind perceives, in a time dimension that is not limited by our understanding. So in that dimension, we are the other consider yourself right now and consider yourself 20 years ago, right? What you were thinking and perceiving and feeling and believing 20 years ago. It's the same you that right now doesn't hold these beliefs, isn't perceiving herself like at that moment 20 years ago you were perceiving yourself, right? Yet it's the same you. It's the same you, the same being, the same awareness, the same consciousness, right? So if I look at myself when I was 17 or 16, or the body was 15, what I viewed, how I believed, what I perceived, my belief structure, my feeling structure. And now it's the same. You could say this is something which is the same, which is this presence, this awareness. So I am that and this. I am all of it, you see. So it's the heart of compassion when you consider that what you understand about what you understand yourself to be across this lifetime within this body mind, you expand that, not just to this body mind, but to all body minds. Because what makes you to be Ezra? What? You could be John. Maybe right now you are Eileen. What makes you Ezra? Because what makes you Eileen? You are Eileen. You are John. You are Bill. You are Ezra. All of that appears to the same consciousness. Same consciousness.
It's very humbling. Actually, it's been a very humbling journey as well. Because I'm constantly like reminded of that in the age of technology, remote, where everything can be very remote like this, or on social media, like things can be almost dehumanizing. People don't always recognize that, or maybe are not aware that sometimes, like, you're interacting with another human being, so it's easy to lose that, compassion sometimes. But
well, we're interacting as consciousness. I mean, right now, this interaction here, one way of saying it is that it is interaction between two human beings. But another way of looking at it is that it's a direct interaction of being to being, not human being to human, but beingness. This intimacy of that you say some things and immediately they're understood, and I say some things and they're immediately understood, that there is this understanding, this non-dual beingness. So one could say that technology is one of the facilitator for us not just to communicate together as human beings, but to also realize our non-dual reality. Across space. Because you are in Turkey, yes? And I'm in California. It's across space. There is a communication which is way, way, way beyond the communication between human beings. In fact, it's this intimate consciousness to consciousness. In fact, I'm going to say it with a quotation mark, that a human being is a concept. Ask a 2-month-old baby about human beings, or ask a 5-year-old child who has not been indoctrinated yet in school or whatever, hasn't yet been indoctrinated by their parents about who they are, but they're alive. They eat, they play, they sleep, they interact. Before the download of human beings, ask them about a human being. They won't know what you are talking about. They would be curious. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean a human being? They could understand when you're talking to them about butterflies and about the birds and about the snails, because they can relate to that. Oh, yeah, the snail has a shell. Oh, this one doesn't have a shell. But you are a human being. I mean, that's a big jump, you know. I have to buy it. I have to, I have to say, okay, well, look, if mom and dad says I'm a human being, I don't know what it means, but I'll figure it out. But I'm going to say yes without knowing what I'm saying yes to. But I don't. Okay, I said yes. Now can I go play? Can I run after the butterflies or the But awareness, you see, at some point, there is awareness of awareness. There is, wow, a glimpse into beyond the mind, into that which is not of the mind. This awareness glimpses itself. You see. And then there is the understanding, that is that which I am. That is that which never comes and goes. That is that which animates the body-mind, animates the world, the sunshine, the galaxies. That is that which is real. So, if there is anything real in our conversation, if there is anything real in the conversation, It has to be reality. It has to be consciousness. So the reality of our conversation is consciousness. The reality of my perception is consciousness. The reality of the breath, perceiving the breath, and the reality of the butterfly, the reality of the universe, the reality of sensations is consciousness. The reality. Because there is a reality to our conversation right now. There is a reality. It's something rather than nothing. So always bank on the reality. When you go to the casino, you put all your chips on the R, you know, it could be red R or black R or green R, R for reality. That's always a winner.
Technology.
Yes, they don't know that. People who build the casino, they don't know that there is the R. Because what's the other option besides reality? 80% reality, 90% reality, non-reality, so reality, fake reality, make-believe reality. It's another option. Yeah, so beautiful. Just do what you love to do, what speaks to you, what resonates for you. Be happy, be free, honor other people's freedom and their freedom.
Yeah.
Choose whatever they choose, ignorance, choose whatever they choose. Um, you know, when my kids were young, I remember once I came home and they told me, "Oh, I'm having problem at school because talking to these kids, and when they asked us, we don't believe in God, we had an issue because we don't believe in God and they believe in God." So I told them, "Look, you have to honor their belief. Let them believe whatever they want to believe, and just relate with the people that you find less friction. And you don't need to market your position or your beliefs. You don't need to. So you can interact with people as they are. Whichever way they are, and also with the people you enjoy. Some places you enjoy hanging out, other places you don't. You have to honor that. You honor yourself, how it's manifesting to you, the manifestation. The manifestation is for your happiness. You celebrate your happiness, not to get your happiness from it, but you can celebrate. You can choose where you want to hang out and with whom you want to hang out and for how long. And we're not seeking to please others or to be loved. We love relationship, we love intimacy, we love hanging out with each other. But as soon as we are seeking something from the other for our own happiness, for our own well-being, we're cooked because they cannot deliver it. We have to find it at home. You are well on your way, Isra. You are well on your way.
Yeah, I can. Even when you started talking about it, like I wanted to open my mouth and just keep going. But yes, it's a passion. I'm just learning how to balance it
Yes, it's
with the world around.
It's no rush.
Yeah.
Life is here available to us, guiding us, telling us, okay, that's good, that's not good. You're happy in this direction, you're not happy in that direction. We're navigating. But life is playful. Consider it. Consider it your playground. In the playground, you want to have fun, you want to enjoy, you want to be with friends, and you want to play together. Right? I mean,
Yes.
to have nice conversations with friends, and you want to explore things together, you want to share your excitement. But always happy, always. Sometimes we were sharing, sometimes we were listening, listening. It's our playground, so we create it and we play in it.
Yeah, thank you. Very, very helpful. Thank you.
Yes.
And if some people want to play drama, I don't want to be a party pooper.
Yeah, I don't like drama too much.
No.
But yes, yes. To each their own, whatever strikes your fancy, when sometimes some family members, brothers, they share some drama with me, but somehow I see another side to it. I see something else than the drama, and that's what I speak to.
I just wanted to share how unbelievable, beautiful, and precious it was to listen to you guys and just to be here. And it so deeply resonates. And it's really not about changing anything. It's only about the understanding, which changes everything.
Yes, beautiful. Absolutely. And understanding is love. Understanding is beauty. Understanding is freedom. Hello, Sudha.
Hello, Magdi. That was a wonderful conversation between you and Ezra. Thank you. We use the word reality, and then if I still am right, you said reality is just this consciousness. So, see, when you and I talk, I know there's something real there. And I get that reality is consciousness. But when I am looking at a tree or a flower or something which is like a non-human being in my case, or even with my pet, I can feel the reality, the love being the same. But when I'm looking at something more just pure matter, I'm not able to understand that the reality that I'm of that object that I'm experiencing and my reality are one and the same.
Yes. When you are looking at a rose, you experience beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Whose beauty is it? Where is this beauty? When you walking in the forest and you're looking at a tree, you're perceiving the majesty of the palm tree or the oak tree. Where is this majesty? Where is the tree? Where is the flow, the movement of the leaves, the radiance of the colors or the shape, that experience which is beyond words? Where is it? Can you separate yourself, whatever yourself is, yourself as this awareness, from the vibrant color of the leaves or the sun shining onto the tree trunk, or the smell of the rose, the fragrance of orange blossoms? Can you separate yourself from that? Or when you walking along the beach and you're looking at the ocean or the shore, the sandy shore, in this color of the sand, all these billions of crystals coming together they're made out of so many different colors, and they sort of radiate a certain experience that you're having. Can you separate yourself from that experience? Is yourself as what? As the reality which perceives, as that which hidden from plain sight, but yet it's there as the experiencer. It's the invisible aspect of you see.
Maybe I should clarify. Okay, in beautiful things, everything that you mentioned, I can see when there is so much intimacy in the experience, yes. But there's all kinds of experience throughout the day, just basic concrete in my backyard.
Yes.
It's just concrete in the backyard, right? It's not like a most beautiful flower or ocean waves.
Let's take the example of there is concrete and there is somebody dropped a trash, on the concrete. Let's take that example. And so
yeah, not so pleasant.
You're perceiving the concrete and you're perceiving that not repulsive, but let's say even repulsive. Let's say this
exactly
experiencing this repulsion, this perception that's taken on the form of a repulsion. Okay, the same question applies. Can you separate yourself? Can you separate yourself from this experience of this boring gray concrete, this sensation of whichever way you describe it? Can you
Mm-hmm.
yourself from that? You can't, you see. So so you can't. It's true that I started by using examples to sort of, invite you to easy or
Ease
easy to
me
say
in.
yes. No, now because we already did half the work. It's easier to do the other half. Everything we experience in the world, some loud noise or something that's an architecture, a building that is square and two windows in it. You're experiencing that lack of grace and lack of you're experiencing something directly, intimately, and you cannot separate yourself always, you as consciousness, the reality which perceives from that. So that could be a perfume of rose, or could be the stench of trash on the sidewalk or on the concrete, on the boring concrete. And of course, this does not mean that we'd go for a walk in the rose garden and would pick up the trash and put it away, and I remember, like, years ago, I lived in southern Maryland in a very woodsy setting, and so I decided to do some landscaping. And so around the house, I did a lot of work because it was sort of a raw, unlandscaped territories. I did a lot of work to bring dirt and remove weeds and make a little rock garden, put some plants and so on. And over the years, it became a nonstop weeding job, because in nature, mulching and weeding. So I decided, no, I gotta take a break. A certain part of the garden, of the landscaping, I decided to do some concrete hardscaping. So I brought some concrete, but I said, oh, well, make it a little bit more attractive. So they sell these gravel of different colors, at different size, small gravel. So when I was pouring some of the concrete, I was doing that by hand, little by little. I would put some gravel and some stones and even some shells, so it made the concrete a little bit more attractive. Because you are right, if we have an option between creating a more attractive experience, that's what I would do. So that's also, of course, available to us. Anyways, that's just a side note.
I think where I was struggling was where the matter was very obvious and grows like in a chunk of concrete, or how could reality of that and the reality of the sentient being be the same, is the way my mind was trying to make sense of.
Well, first we have to be clear that when we say reality, we're referring to that which is and cannot be. That which is and cannot be is not phenomenal, because all phenomena is in time and space. So we're talking about the invisible reality, that which perceives, that which the perceiving aspect, the awareness aspect, the consciousness. So that's clear. I know it's clear to you. So a sentient being is a phenomenal. Is phenomenal, right? It's an organism, has certain qualities, and there are sentient and there are non-sentient. There are a rock or a piece of granite is non-sentient, but they're all phenomena. They're in the realm of phenomena. So, and the rose is also in the realm of phenomena. The reality of the rose, or the reality of phenomena. Well, first, what is the distance between the noumenal and the phenomenon? Meaning, what is the distance?
Zero.
Right. Between awareness and thought, or awareness and zero. Irrespective of what the phenomena is. So the reality of phenomena, irrespective of what phenomena is consciousness. It's like the reality of the wave, the small wave, the big wave, the gentle wave, the wave that is crushing a small sailing boat, irrespective of what is the form of the wave, the reality of the wave is water.
Yes.
So conceptually, then you're open to the reality of all phenomena, whether it's a rock, a boring rock, or a beautiful rose, is consciousness. So conceptually, you're open to that. You understand it. So now experientially, notice that when you have an aversion, you're experiencing an aversion intimately. There is no distance, zero distance between you and the aversion.
Agree.
So the power is not given to the aversion, it is given to the awareness. When you give power to the aversion, then you give reality to the aversion away from the reality of consciousness. Recognize consciousness. Give the power to consciousness, so that the aversion ceases to hijack you, ceases to hijack your understanding and your experience of being, of presence. This is what you need to do.
Yeah, I think every experience, irrespective of the content, the reality, at least when I pause and just experience it fully without any other concept, if I have to use a word, I know I'm experiencing. There is experiencing, there is knowing of experiencing, and we are giving the name consciousness to it because it has these qualities. And so I get the essence of every experience is that. It doesn't matter good, bad, ugly, whatever, I get that. But whenever we use the word reality is when I kind of, somehow to me, the term reality is like, okay, what is something made of is how I have scientifically thought of, like,
the essence.
A diamond is actually carbon. In reality, it's carbon, right? What its original source or whatever. What it cannot be. So that's where I had this struggle, like, how could this ugly looking. It doesn't even have to be trash or repulsive, even neutral concrete, it's not about the concrete. It is the experiencing of concrete that I need to focus on, and who is the experiencer, or what is being experienced at the end. The essence without which the experience cannot happen is the consciousness, not even mine. It's the consciousness.
Yes. Now, consciousness is not defined by that which it perceives. And at the same time, consciousness can choose to flip the page. You can flip the page. You can flip the concrete page, but or not. Let's say somehow you find a beautiful property. It's a beautiful view, beautiful location. The setting of the house and the design of the house is fantastic. A great kitchen, everything is fantastic there. But around it is a concrete driveway, concrete walkway. The rear is the patio in the back is concrete. But the house wins. You say, okay, it wins. So now you experience concrete. You experience the house, of course, and you experience concrete. So, of course, the plan would be to, budget yourself in time to do some changes in the hardscaping around the house. But for the time being, you will experience on occasion, when you step out, the concrete, and you will experience that, damn, I need to keep budgeting. I need to make some change. Hopefully next season I'll be able to change that driveway, make it cobblestone, whatever, or make a garden. But you remain as consciousness. You're not being hijacked by the thoughts which appear to you or the perception which appear to you. Why? Because you know yourself as consciousness, and you're choosing to remain as that which you are. You're choosing not to get your peace and happiness and your identity, your knowingness of yourself be hijacked by an experience that you're having, although the experience is, who cares about freaking concrete? It's like boring, capital B. You have to take the position of being the reality, that which perceives. When you say concrete, we're using concept. Okay,
Yes.
300 years ago, we didn't even know the word concrete. Okay, so it's an experience, right? And
yes.
why we say concrete? So there's an experience which we are not enjoying. It's not a pleasant experience. So we call it concrete. Let's not call it concrete. Let's call this experience just this experience right now, which we don't enjoy. So what's the problem with not just because we don't enjoy an experience, then the reality of that experience is perturbed or is affected, while when we're enjoying a certain experience, then the reality of that experience, in other words, it does the image on the screen, certain images have a certain reality that we agree upon is consciousness, being, awareness, presence, and some other images have a different reality, or we question their reality.
No, I theoretically get it 100% how the image does not impact the screen, and size of waveform doesn't get. I absolutely get it, the essence of everything, but experientially is where I was struggling with neutral. I mean, experientially, I could only track everything down to. Experientially also, I see the oneness in everything. Just the word reality is where I was struggling with. Like when we say reality, I know there is something real when this happens.
Replace the world reality with awareness or presence.
Okay. All right. Okay.
What about reality? Presence or peace? How about peace? I like that. The peace is not disturbed. I'm looking at the concrete and I don't like it, but the peace is not disturbed.
Yes, it is not. Yeah. It's the same. Yeah.
And I'm looking at a rose and I'm loving the rose and the peace is not disturbed. I'm just enjoying the rose.
Yes.
So it seems the term reality may not be on, much in
I seem to add value to something else. Whatever. What is real is.
I use the term reality to refer to that which does not come and go, that does not change.
Yeah, and that's how Vedantic is, like it, which is beyond space and time, and which is always true.
Yeah. It's not like there is a reality, and we have now to figure out how concrete fits this reality.
Agreed.
It becomes a little too heady,
Yeah, I think maybe that's where I'm getting unnecessarily stuck. But I think I understand experience and what is it that is absolutely essential for experience, and that which is not changed or impacted or touched by the experience, irrespective of the experience. And we are calling that reality is what I'm.
Yes.
I have to make sense of. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Thanks for your patience.
No. So
thank you.
The key thing in the experience of Sudha is the peace, not to be disturbed by things that the body mind doesn't like. I mean, we like this body mind doesn't like too much noise.
A lot of things, yeah.
But the peace not to be disturbed. The body mind can to be in agreement with the body mind not being in favor of certain experiences. But the key thing is that the peace is not disturbed.
Agreed. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Any questions? I also wanted to mention if for some of you who are interested in the copy of this recording, you can share your email in the chat box with Holger, and Holger will send you a copy of the recording. Any questions? Hello, Anisha.
Hello. Is my voice audible?
Yes, hello, Anisha.
Hello.
Hello.
Is my voice audible?
I'm sorry, I did not hear that.
Is my voice audible?
No, yes, I hear.
Hello. Yeah, my voice is audible now?
Yes.
Yes. So I have this question, like recent conversation with Sudha, which you were having. Is it clear? My voice is clear?
Yes.
So when you say this peace does not change, this peace does not come and go, which we use the word reality. So my question is, when there is silence, where there are no thoughts, when we experience the silence of mind, is that the peace which we refer to, or maybe I'm getting confused?
Yes. The silence that, or the peace that I'm talking about, is the silence beyond the silence of the mind. We could say It's a silence of being. It is the stillness of being, but it's a silence that is beyond the silence of the mind. Now, there are some meditative practices that aim to quiet and silence the mind, and they have a certain function and can be helpful along the path. But the peace is the silence that is beyond the silence of the mind. It is the universal silence, the cosmic silence. It is the creative silence. It is a pregnant silence. It's peace and its aliveness simultaneously. It is a silence that is not disturbed by the mind, is not disturbed by the world, by the body, by the mind, by thoughts, by events. It's undisturbable silence. But the silence of the mind can be disturbed by mind activity. But the cosmic silence, the silence of the self, is undisturbable. And yes, you know it as peace. It's the self knowing itself. It's the complete absence of separation, the alive self-knowingness. Which is the knowingness of manifestation, the knowingness of the world and the body. Which is always as it is. It's the only reality, the only Lord. This body is beyond limitation. This wisdom is infinite. Its creativity is infinite. Its freedom is infinite. It's limitless, beyond mind. It is that within which infinite minds appear. The creator of all minds and the dissolver of all minds. That is the silence that we're talking about. And it is that silence which is talking about itself and to itself.
So, like if I can say, it's not graspable by any of the senses, but it is undeniable present.
Yes.
The mind tries so much to grab it, but I know, it's the mind just cannot grasp it. It's just beyond graspable. Mind wants to, maybe if I can use this word, hijack,
Mm-hmm.
and to own it, but it cannot.
Right. And it is it which is playing this game, this mind game. Or else it would be disturbed by the mind. No, it is willingly creating the game, playing the game, witnessing the game. Even playing at times the victim of the game. Out of its infinite freedom and in no way whatsoever being touched or affected by its creation. And it also plays the game of, recognizing itself. I like that part of the game.
Me too.
Yes. That's what truth lovers love, is that part of the game of recognition. The unveiling of that which is unveilable. Unveilable, V-E-I-L, unveilable. The unveiling of the unveilable. The veiling of the unveilable and the unveiling of the unveilable.
It's so wonderful.
Yes.
This play of hide and seek is wonderful.
Yes.
Sometimes it annoys me, but then it's still wonderful.
Right. Yes. Sometimes it annoys me too. Well, very lovely to be with you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sudha, Holger, Esra. Chris, hello, Chris. Nice to meet you. Esther, Vitse, Anisha, Charles, Joanna, Helen, Rula. Yes. Massimon. Hello, Yuta. Nice to meet you. Varsha and Ellen. Thank you all. Lovely to be. Yes.
Thank you.